And all the lessons I've learned, I've always learned to try to smile and keep your head up. And so that's what I do. I'm Autum Beel. I'm a head cashier at Home Depot. I've been cashier of the month. I've moved up in the company. First thing I think about when I wake up is my children. Going to work to support them and make sure that their day goes by and that they go to school and that I'm making the right choices. There was a part in my life where I just stopped caring about some things in my life. I really wasn't a very good mom. I was on drugs a lot. I ended up losing my housing, so then I ended up giving the kids away.
I did feel good about the choice she made to call me, to ask me if I would take Logan, and to call her mother and ask her to take her daughters.
I didn't want to drag them from shelter to shelter to shelter until I could get my things straight. I didn't think that was fair for them.
My grandma was only supposed to have me for 2 months. She took me for 2.5 years. And my mom didn't know where we were. She looked for us everywhere.
I didn't get to see her. I didn't get to give her hugs. I didn't get to tell her, Mom, I love you at all. It just, I cried a lot.
I gave up and started doing more drugs. And then before I knew it, I was in this big black hole that I couldn't get my way out of. I started missing my children a lot, and so I decided I was done. I quit cold turkey. I think you have to get to a point in your life where you're just like, you have to be done, because you're not going to quit any kind of drug or any kind of addiction unless you want to. I saw a truck one day that said jobs change lives. I seen a job that said customer service retail.
The retail and customer service training program is a 10-week program. Students come in and do 8 weeks of classroom work.
They offered me the math classes, the English classes, and the computer classes. They helped provide transportation, which was a really good thing because I was worried about not being able to get here every day.
We talked about how her becoming employed and finding her own housing would assist her in getting custody of her children back.
During the 8th week, we have an event called Meet the Employers.
There were many employers there. Roy Silbert was one of them, representing Home Depot.
They were the friendliest. They smiled, they shook everyone's hands, and I knew that that was the kind of person I wanted to work for. And so I walked right up to him and I shook his hand and I said, I'm Autum and I would love to work for Home Depot. And they told me they were hiring in downtown Seattle, so I went down there, applied, and then a week later I got the call that I got the job.
She really just drives the whole front end, making sure everything's running smooth and customers have a good experience before they exit.
Autum is the associate that we try to model other associates after.
Goodwill is the first time I've ever seen her start something, finish it, and then continue with it after it was finished.
We tell our students when they begin is that we want each and every person to be successful coming through our program, and that our coaching and our mentorship never stops.
Goodwill has been my support, my backbone when I didn't have it.
Since I've been with her, she's been very successful and happy. Just like me, I've been happy. And
my teacher had us write about who the biggest hero in our life was, and I read about my mom. I read it to my mom and it made her cry because she knows how much I love her.
I want to be somebody better. I want to be somebody who my children can look up to. It's been a long, hard road, but I'm glad where I am, and I'm just going to keep fighting and keep climbing up that road.